Hey there, welcome to What Dogs Really Want, the podcast where we ditch some old school myths and explore what dogs really need to thrive in the modern world. We are your hosts. There's Maren,
Hello.
Alana,
Hi.
and me. I'm Stephanie. And each week we're looking at canine behavior through the lens of ethology, enrichment, and empathy. Whether you're a dog pro or just in love with your dog, we think you're in the right place. So, our podcast was created to express our thoughts and feelings, discussing how we can better support the dogs in our lives. We are not looking to offend anyone. Our goal is just to try to view things from a dog's perspective and explore how we can all adjust our behavior to ensure our dogs live their happiest lives.
Uh,
So let's get into it.
yeah, so this week we are talking about a big, broad subject of play, which we might end up splitting into two episodes depending on how in depth we get into it. But we're going to go over play styles, what is healthy play, what is maybe not so good play, what play you should monitor, maybe what you should do to step in if play gets out of hand. Because we know play is a big thing. People love to have their dogs play with other dogs, and it's important to have the knowledge to keep everybody safe and keep everybody having fun. We're going to go over dog on dog play, dog on human play, which is something fun. And we do have some examples. We have some videos. Most of the videos are of our personal dogs, but we do have some videos of dogs that came to our school. So, just a disclaimer, if we show a video of your dog and say that this is bad play, that doesn't mean your dog is bad. That just means that maybe they weren't paired up with the right playmate and we took a video because it was educational. So that's just a disclaimer there because we do have some video examples that we'll be showing later in the podcast. And
Yes,
That's a good disclaimer.
yeah,
that is a good.
just thought I should throw that out there. No
And
hate to
sometimes
any
they're
of,
really short because
yeah.
it's like, "Oh, wait, we gotta stop it."
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
also
no,
that if we're no, we
yeah,
didn't
no
just let it
hate to any
go.
of the dogs, no hate to any of the dogs in the videos. Like, just because they were playing badly doesn't mean that they are a bad player or a bad dog. It's just finding the right environment and the right pairings.
You will notice that two of my three dogs are not in any of the videos with the other dogs. They can play with each other. They would never be at the school, so it's okay. It's to
Yeah,
each
the
their own.
the only video of my dog is representing how dogs sometimes just play by themselves.
So, you have to know what they like,
Yeah.
what their
So let's
comfort zone is.
so let's get started.
Well, let's start on that note. What is good play? Like what does it look like? And by good, I hate to use the word good versus bad, but just for ease, good play, like appropriate play,
Safe,
healthy play. Hmm?
safe, fun.
Yes. Yes, because ultimately you want a dog will play if they feel safe. Um, they will stop when it doesn't feel safe anymore. That's going to be coming up along later. But anyway, so good play. What are some signs of good play?
I think the big one that we always look for is, are they taking breaks? Are they creating distance? If two dogs are playing, are they every once in a while creating some distance between themselves? It's not just like going and going and going and going. Um,
Hmm.
Taking a little breather in between.
Hmm.
Yep.
I
Mutual
know.
along with that.
Hmm.
It needs to be mutual.
Yeah, they're both taking breaks. One of them isn't just constantly going at the other one when one's trying to take a break.
Yeah, it has a healthy flow and rhythm. Um, I always like to explain to people that if you're not sure, the body of a good playing dog is goofy, really exaggerated, wiggly, silly, almost looking like a puppy kind of thing
Mhm.
versus play that's not
Stiff.
as fun, more stiff, yeah, tense. You can even like their body almost looks like a drum, like you could just it's
Yeah, kind
tight.
of like I hesitate to say kind of like spastic because some dogs just like kind of play like really awkwardly, but I feel like when a dog is very stiff, they're kind of just like going around. Like
Yeah.
it's not like loose and fluid. Like it's very just like, ooh,
Yeah,
I
and
did.
again, that's not necessarily bad. I'm sorry.
No, no, it's okay. Go ahead.
But just just to go to back, like that's not necessarily bad, but when we do see that spastic play, it's just one that we always are like keep eyes on because it can just turn quickly because it's
Hmm.
all about signaling like how they are communicating to each other and
Hmm.
can the other dog read that dog. So if they understand, okay, they're a stiff spastic player and I'm good with that, I can compensate and be loose and goofy, it might work.
Yeah.
But you start to get another guy who gets stiff and then it's like, okay, let's do something else right now.
Yeah.
I
So
was gonna I was gonna say that one of the videos I have is one of our students who's a miniature schnauzer, and I included that one in there because there are some breeds like schnauzers who are just naturally kind of stiff, so it is
Hmm.
hard to kind of judge if they're playing nicely or not. So sometimes stiff doesn't always mean
Bad.
they're bad. It just sometimes that's just the, the way that they are, but you can still kind of tell even if they're stiff if it's
Yeah.
coming from a playful place or not.
Yeah. And I think it depends
yeah.
on looking at the other dog as well. Like, is that
Mhm.
other dog getting a weird vibe from them being stiff, or does that other dog seem like they're having fun and enjoying it? Because then it's a little bit more chill. But just really quickly going back to how I was saying, like taking breaks, because I feel like that's kind of something that we see a lot, kind of like a pet peeve when people are
Mhm.
showing a video and be like, oh, these dogs are best friends. Oh, they love to play. And I feel like so often there will be one of the dogs that's trying to get out and take a break and take a breather. And then the other dog is just like hammering them. And it's just like constant, constant, constant. And people think that, oh, well, they were playing. It looks like they're having fun, but they don't see these subtle signals of like, but they're not taking any breaks. That dog's trying to take a break, the other dog won't let them, and that's quote unquote bad play. So it's just like small things like that I think a lot of people don't look for.
Yeah, it's the like playing at the expense of somebody else. Like what we
Hmm.
always say, like they're
Hmm.
not
Yeah.
playing with them, they're playing like on
They're
them
playing,
or like
yeah, they're
at
playing
them.
with them, like not
Yeah, yeah,
and not in a
yeah.
mutual
Yeah,
way.
like you're my object. Yeah. And we
Yeah.
also use a lot, and this can go with human dog interaction too. Are they sharing the space or are they taking the space?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And at first that seems like a weird concept, but if you start thinking like that, you see it a lot. Are
Yeah.
they just taking that nonstop? And then what's that other dog doing? Like you mentioned, Maren, like if you see signals that they're trying to get it to stop, they walk away, they're looking for help, and that other dog's not allowing it, that's not a good
That's when you
situation.
need to step in
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah,
provide
yeah.
that break for that one dog who needs it. Like break it up. Because
Well,
even
and
if they
because
both are,
Mhm.
sorry, go ahead.
no, you're fine. Go. It's okay.
I was just gonna say, because even
We're
if
so,
they both,
all so passionate.
I was just saying, like sometimes at school, like even if the dogs are friends and like they are both having fun, sometimes one of them just needs a minute. And so, like, I feel like a lot of times, like one of us will have to step in and be like, okay, break time, let's take 5. Then you guys can keep playing later, but like, let's just take a minute. Even if they are good friends and they are having fun, you still do need that break every once in a while.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Sorry, I was gonna mention real quick too, that I feel like the goal for play with dogs, I mean, is to have fun, but it's also like, I mean, they grow up kind of like sparring with each other and like learning how to like, I don't know, like their body awareness and how to
Hmm.
socialize with other dogs. And I feel like if that's not kept in a place that's kind of mutual and things that we're saying, um, then it becomes more of like a control
Hmm.
game of like who can
Hmm.
control it more and who's kind of leading it. And it's okay to have someone lead it, but you have to like watch the line of who's just doing it to be kind of controlling and
Yeah.
icky.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah, icky. Icky's the word. It is icky play, you know? And also, like, if you have a dog, playing is also about learning how to communicate with other dogs, which is another reason it's really important to let your dog have some experiences. And if your dog is trying to communicate, I don't like this, this is too much, um, your dog can either pick up bad behaviors, become a very defensive dog around other dogs, or be
Hmm.
traumatized by what they experience. So you really have to learn about how your dog communicates, learn about dog body language, and then be ready to advocate, which
Mhm.
is, I know we're kind of jumping all over the place, but this is a really big subject for us because we work with groups of dogs. And everybody thinks the dog daycares and dog parks are what you got to do and play dates, and they're not necessarily bad. But at the dog parks, a lot of people go and they let their dogs play and then they hang out with the people and they're all doing their coffee and stuff. But you really have to watch because things can go south so fast when you have a large group of mostly unfamiliar dogs.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, you've got to help your dog. If they're not liking what's happening, be ready to step in and advocate. And also, if you have a dog that tends to bully other dogs
Don't let
or is
them.
bullying them in that situation, it's time to go. And again, it doesn't mean your dog's bad. They might just be overstimulated. It might be just
A
pulling out
bad
some instincts in their
pairing.
dog. I had my beloved Indy, who I talk about all the time. I was stupid and not knowing that dog parks weren't always a good thing because I had never gone to a dog park before I had him. But being a herding dog, thinking, oh, he's going to want to run around. First time we went to a dog park, it was a massive one out in Gilbert. It was massive. Let him out, and he just started rounding up all the dogs and moving them toward the gate, the exit. And everyone was so mad, like, why is your dog moving my dog around? Like, I guess he's doing his job. And we never went back. It's like, okay, this is not a good environment for him.
Yeah.
And he wasn't like hurting them, but he was hurting them. And it was kind of cool, but also I realized it's too much. It's just too
Mhm.
much stimulation. So you've got to look at it on both sides. Your dog should have fun, and your dog should also be giving fun, not
Yeah. Everybody should be
terrorizing.
having fun.
Yeah, yeah. Just like you would want for your kids. You don't want your kid to be at the playground having a good time swinging.
And then someone comes over and I don't know. There's so much that goes
Yeah.
on at the playground. It's like it's supposed to be fun, but honestly, sometimes it's really stressful. I'm just like, I don't know. There's
It's
so
like a
much going on.
Don't you see the same thing? Because my experience when my kids were younger, it's like you have your gaggle of moms or parents doing their thing,
Mhm.
and that's cool. But then it's always that one kid who's running amok, terrorizing everyone.
Yeah, yeah. Or they're doing things that you shouldn't be doing. So then all the other kids are like, "Ooh, maybe I can do that." And then they there's like one kid like climbing on the outside of the play structure instead of the inside. And so Jude was like watching him, and then he tries
Oh,
to like go to the outside, and I'm like, "No, no, 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 no. Don't do
not a
that."
good idea.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's like that. So it's like parenting. You just need to keep your eyes on and know your kid, know your dog, and advocate. All right, so we're back. We took a little break there. Thank you. But we're talking about dog parks. One thing to consider if you do want to check them out or if you do go, make sure it's a large enough space for the amount of dogs that are in there. You want your dog or any dog to be able to have an opportunity to get away. Some of the better dog parks I've seen have hills or like structures or giant trees, even. Like the one in Poland was the best, like just giant trees that had fallen and left there. So the dog can just move over and take a break away from the busyness of it all. Make sure there aren't any resources around because people will bring chuckets to the dog park and that can look fun for a little bit. And dogs can maybe start playing and taking turns, but then it often can lead to resource aggression. And if your dog tends to go into dog parks kind of hot, then maybe before you go, do something enriching at home to kind of bring them down a notch because going to a dog park or even a daycare where it's exciting, they're going to see their friends and get a chance to play. So maybe do like a little sniff walk beforehand or do a scatter feed, a snuffle mat, just something to kind of take it down a
So they're
notch.
not going in at 100.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, we
Especially
were
with
talking
herding
to,
breeds.
oh my gosh, for
Because then
sure.
you're just like you're just I mean, imagine being like a herding dog and then your owner's just like releasing you into a field with moving animals and they're like, they're like, "All right, I'm gonna go work." So like,
Yeah, and it's like,
don't
where
do
do I
that.
start?
Or I feel
That's not
like
even fair.
or
Yeah.
I feel like with gun dogs especially as well cuz they come in hot and heavy.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
They
they
do.
do. I agree. So just and be ready to leave. Like if I have clients who insist they have to go to dog parks because their dog has to run around, they like to socialize, they have the group of friends, I just always say be ready to leave. If it's too chaotic, if it looks like there's one dog who's the bad apple in the group, owners aren't paying attention, or just someone's a little too overstimulated, just take your dog and go. It's not worth it. I've had some horrible experiences at dog parks. Um, Luckily, nothing long lasting for my dogs, but I will never go again because each one of mine has been attacked at least one time. Um, Forrest, the one dog we had, who was like the most gentle soul. We went to a dog park. There were only four dogs there, but two of those four were two boxers who went immediately after him and pinned him under a picnic table. And the owner ran over there screaming, picked up both of his dogs, like, sorry, they don't always get along with other dogs. I'm like, why are
Why are
you?
you at a dog park?
Yeah,
That is
so
your
just
responsibility to keep them away from other dogs if they don't like other dogs.
yeah, so that was not a good play experience for my dog or the other little dog who was also hiding under a piece of equipment. So just
Well,
just go in being aware and advocate for your dog.
because that's the thing too, like dog parks are not like controlled environments. Like you never know what dogs are going to be there. Even if your dog gets
Yeah.
along with some of the dogs that are there, there could be like 10 new dogs the next time you go who like your dog doesn't know. Like you like it's such a random environment that's constantly changing. It's like you never know what's going to show up at a dog park. So it's just really like iffy.
Hmm. No, it's so
Yeah.
true.
It's like Chuck E. Cheese. That's all I can think of as a analogy. It's always a different group of kids and your friends might be there, but it's just such a chaotic environment with all this stuff going on. Like really anything can happen. You can
And
have the
there's
best
always that one
time.
kid who's not letting anyone else go down the slide.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
You're likely to
Yeah.
get sick or some sort of
Hmm.
disease.
Hmm. Some sort of
Truly.
disease. Polio.
Truly.
Hand, foot, and mouth.
Oh,
So
Polio.
I'm a big advocate for play dates. If your dog has a few good friends and it's nice play, do play dates. That's much more fun.
yeah.
Most dogs, in my experience, and I've worked with thousands of dogs, prefer one or two. They can handle hanging out in the crowd and they might have some friends, but honestly, I think they have one or two good friends where it's a good match. Energy level, um, the size doesn't even matter, but energy and how they like to play, because there's all different kind of play styles. So
Hmm.
just hang out with them. So they still get their little yayas out with their dog friends, and that's all good. They get to be dogs, but don't set them up to fail or to be hurt or traumatized by icky behavior.
Yeah. Your dog doesn't need to be friends with every other dog. It's fine. It's fine if they're not.
Honestly, it's
And most of
better.
them, yeah, I don't know that most of them even want that. You've got your
Yeah.
handful of labs, I think, are generally very friendly and willing to play with anybody. But gosh, most dogs, especially once they start to get a little older, their preferences change. And that's it too. Like your dog might be the belle of the ball up until age two, three, but then note if their preferences in play change. Um, just like
Yeah.
us, when you're little, you have a bigger group of friends and you'll play with anybody and be open to whatever. And now I have like two friends because I can only find two people that have the same energy as me, like to do the same things, and are worth my time. And that's just, I think dogs are the same way.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
we went all into this when we did our like social dynamics episode. So if you want to hear more about that, we have a whole episode
Yeah.
talking about dog pairings and getting along and some dogs just
Yeah.
don't like other dogs and all that good stuff. So that just directly correlates to playing in dog parks and play dates and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And their natural instincts too. I feel like play if play is their only outlet to do some of those natural instincts, then they're going to do them at the expense of somebody else. Like if especially with like bully breeds, like if they're not getting that
Mhm.
like physical um, like rough, I don't know, like stimulation, then when it's time to play and that's their only outlet, they're gonna take that out. Not that they're gonna like attack, but they're gonna just play a lot rougher than another dog might like, or they should be playing. So I feel like it's important to know your dog's natural
Hmm.
needs, and not just let play be the only outlet and, just
Yeah.
kind of send them off to.
I mean, herding dogs too. Like I can think of one herding dog that we had at school who pretty much her only outlet was when she came to school and she was like a super high drive herding dog and then she just took that out. She started off great. She had all these friends she would play, but then as she got older and those
Yeah.
instincts kind of locked in, the only thing she would ever do out in the yard was stalk and like herd all the other dogs to the point where
Yeah.
everyone else was scared to be outside because they knew she was going to be stalking them, which that's her job, but like this was her only outlet, so that's all she was doing. And we had to ask her to
Yeah.
leave because we were like, she's terrifying all the other dogs because she's just out there stalking them all like they're sheep.
Yeah. And we
She's
have,
Really good at it too.
she was
he
amazing
was
at
really
it.
good. So
But
if we did
it
have
was
some
terrifying
success,
for the other dogs.
yeah, but we would have some time with her. We would do like some sort of scenting sniff game with her and then do the flirt pole with her to give her an ability to chase and catch and trap things. And then she was a little bit better, but that's yeah. Yeah, the instincts do pop. They see something running or moving quickly and it just triggers things. Or the mob mentality is scary too. Like you might have a couple of dogs that play. At school, we never really let more than two dogs play at a time because it can go south really quickly. Sometimes three, but I try to cap it at that. Two's better because again, those instincts. And then if you have a group of dogs and one's running and it becomes not fun and a lot of other dogs go after it, that can be a horrible situation.
And it's really hard to break up when there's like three dogs going after one dog and there's like two people around.
So hard. So hard. Yeah.
Yeah, some of the couple of the videos that I have, it's like I think it was maybe a Thursday or a Monday, but it was one of those days where like we have a large group of dogs, but some of like only a couple of them like to play, and then the others kind of just like to hang out. But you even still have to watch then because there's others, specifically one dog I'm thinking of who will join in on the play, but it's not like he wants to play. It's like I don't like that they're doing that. So I that the two rule is good because I feel like as soon as that third dog jumps in, even if they want to play or they want to manage, it kind of like changes the tone of things.
Yeah, I feel like we have a couple of good video examples if we want to show those really quickly, because I have a really good video example as well. It's like four young dogs and they're playing pretty nicely, but it is very like rough. So it's something it's like you need to really keep an eye on this because it is a bigger group and it could get out of hand real quickly. So I don't know if we want to show those example videos really quickly now
Yeah,
that we're
yeah.
talking about that. Um So here's the video that I was talking about that we have four really young dogs in this video, and the play itself is pretty all right. Like they're creating space a bit. It is a
Yeah.
bit rough, but they're four puppies and it's a lot of chasing, not too much grabbing or anything, but they're all pretty wound up. So I think this is just a good example of something that I think this is a good example of what happens at dog parks a lot. And
Yeah.
something that really needs to be monitored to make sure that everyone's being safe, just because it can get really overstimulating and out of hand. All right, so there's that video.
And it's interesting too, because the golden that was sort of like the one to be chased by all the sporting breeds, he's just being such a goofball. He's just keeping them all amped up because he's running, but he's like,
and they're all like, get him.
and I know that's crazy. That could go so south
I know.
so
So I
fast.
feel like a lot of people would see that and be like, oh, they're all having fun. They're friends. Like, yes, they are all having fun, but they are all a bit worked up. So it's just something that could get out of hand really quickly.
Yeah. Now that at that point we stepped in and like, All right, and that's why I think even one, maybe two of them had like
A
a
drag line,
a drag line
just in
on.
case.
Because we know they tend to get really amped up and are less likely to listen to a recall, even if they're normally really good at recall. People freak out like, well, I've been calling them and they're not coming because their adrenaline is going and all those instincts have kicked in. So we tried to have a way to kindly
If we
redirect,
need
like,
to, yeah.
we're going to go this
Yeah.
way and do something sniffy or go chase a ball over here away from the other dogs.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you just have to be prepared. But yeah, and blah, the Golden is just such a derp. He doesn't even
I know.
understand what's happening, which is lovely because he's not going to be traumatized by
They're all
that.
my friends. They all love me.
I know. I
To get me for some reason.
swear. Like they're like, what is that? Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
Like they're the epitome of that. Just like, okay,
Yeah.
which is great. But those other guys are getting all overstimulated, and then it's kind of an adrenaline hit, which could be rewarding, and it just reinforces that kind of icky play.
Hmm.
So you don't want to let your dog play like that too much because that could just be their go-to all the time. Like you got to keep them under that threshold.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting to watch that.
Yeah. I know, Elena, you have another good
Oh, yeah.
example of multiple groups and how that, like, multiple dogs in a
Yeah,
group and how that can be an issue. So if you want to share your
I do.
screen.
I will. Let me pull it up here. Um, oh yeah, so this is another video at our facility, our old facility. Um, and I just wanted to say before I even start the video, look at look at this dog's like she's got the hackles up, her head is forward. Like it's just okay. Yeah. Before we
It's
even
one of
start. Okay.
those where as soon as we let her outside, you're like, shit,
Oh
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
who's
Yeah.
going after that one?
It's like
The
those
loveliest angel of a dog in the
Oh my
world,
God.
but
so
man, did she
sweet.
get overstimulated when she played.
Holy moly. It's like one
I
of those
know.
videos where they're like, and that's where I realized that like
Yeah. I fucked up.
Yeah, we like to give them second chances because dogs have days that are different, but then it's like, should have known.
yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
All right.
So
So
even we screw up.
yeah, yeah. We make mistakes. And here we go. This is is it working okay?
Yeah, it's a little choppy, but
Okay.
you can still see it.
Okay. So that this is an example of that third dog that has joined in. He's not necessarily playing, but he's
Yeah.
He is not playing.
he's not really he's not really liking what's going
Yeah, you can
on.
kind of see his hackles are up, his tail is completely up, his ears are up. He's
Yeah.
He's all about business. All
Yeah.
playground
about business.
monitor.
Yeah. And notice how the video stops because as soon
Yeah.
as he joined
Yeah.
in, we were like, all right,
All right. That's enough.
Camera dropped to the ground so you can go intervene. Like, Jesus Christ, get over here.
Uh,
um
That's a
I
good one
have
though.
I have another one that could go wrong if you want me to show that one while I have mine up.
yeah, go for it.
Okay.
It's so funny to watch too because these dogs
Look at this still.
Yeah.
are individually are so sweet and so nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the situation, you
No,
know?
again, like none of these dogs that are in our quote unquote bad
Yeah.
examples are like bad dogs or even like bad players. It's just like the
Mm-mm.
environment that they're in was not the right one for them in that moment.
Yeah, yeah. It's just that need. It's just they just need guidance. It's just an example of when they need someone to step in
Yeah.
and be like, "Hey,
No, no, no.
Let's take a break for a minute.
let's not." Okay, so yeah, we've got three dogs here, which is mhm.
Herders.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. And it's not terrible, but it's just an example of like things could go wrong, especially when the gun dog comes in.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you bring a gun dog to a herding dog party and it's like,
Oh,
whoa.
wow.
yeah,
But like in that
yeah.
situation, if you find yourself in this situation in a dog park or if you work in a daycare, you've got to stay relevant and that helps too. You be a part of it. Just kind of walk fluidly, see if you can use your body to kind of break that up and naturally create breaks. And then, oh, good job, good job.
Hmm.
If you have a puppy and you let them just be a part of that chaos, your puppy is learning horrible play behavior. It's also not learning how to communicate with other dogs about let's take breaks and reset and check in and make sure you're still having fun. We've seen that happen. Like people take their puppies to dog parks thinking that that's a great thing for them to learn to play with different kinds of dogs and different play styles. But the opposite happens. It's they just learn how to act like that all the time,
Yeah.
not stop, not self-regulate, not read the other dog's cues. They just go and go and go. And now you've got a 3-year-old dog who just has to play like that all the time or she's not fulfilled. And that's tough. That's a tough dog to have come to your
Yeah.
house and hang out with your dog.
Yeah, it's not fair for the dog that it's just beating on.
Mm-mm. And it
No,
happens so
no.
fast. I mean, those clips we showed were like, I don't know, 10 or so seconds. Like everything happens so fast.
Hmm.
Yep.
Um, and you just have to constantly be monitoring to make sure that you're not letting, I mean, because like we've been saying, people will watch their dogs play for, you know, 30 minutes to an hour. So much can happen in that amount of time that you're missing.
Yeah.
Yep.
We do have a good example, like you were saying, puppies learning how to play. We do have a good video of an adult dog playing with a puppy, and it's really, really, really nice play. It's Jinx and Clover when she was a baby, and they're playing really nicely, really nicely, excuse me. And a couple times, if we watch the full clip, you can see like Clover is a puppy, so she's, learning how to play, testing her boundaries a little bit. So, like, a couple times it does get a little bit iffy, but Jinx, the adult dog, just does a really good job at setting the boundary, getting it back to being fun, getting it back to being mutual. And I think it's just a really nice play. And I
Yeah, and I
think
think it's
this,
important to see the difference. Like
yeah,
we saw like intense play. Now let's see what goofy, floppy, mutual
yeah,
play is.
yeah. And this was like the second day we had Clover. Like, so this is just, and again, two herding dogs, so their play styles already match up pretty well. So that's already nice.
And that can look rough to people, like that up,
The open
but
mouth
they
up, yeah.
then they're down and they back away.
Yeah, they do
And
a play bow, they back up, they get back, and then
see all that air in between them, like that space in between them is what I look for in good play
yeah, like
because
constant
they're
breaks.
communicating to each other. If either one of us decides at any time this isn't good, we can get away.
Yeah.
And the other one's being very respectful of that. This is like, to me, perfect play.
Hmm.
Hmm.
This is why we kept Clover.
Yeah,
Because
this
like,
this video right here is when we decided.
And you can tell the adult dog in Jinx in this video, she she's so patient. Like she
Hmm.
just stands there and lets her, but she's just, you can tell in her body that she's like soft. She's not like standing there like just waiting for her turn. Like she's just like, okay, I'm gonna let her do her thing.
I know, and really quickly, I couldn't say when it was happening, but at one point, Clover puts her head over Jinx's neck, which we talked about before can be not the best. Like it's a bit of a sign of like control and it can turn badly. But I think Jinx does a really good job of de-escalating that. Like she rolls on her back and then she stands back up, like, no, no, we're just playing. You don't have to do that. I think it's just a good little, she's a good teacher.
Hmm.
she really is. She really is great with
Oh, there it is
puppies.
again. She just did the same thing pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
Like Clover kind of gets on top of her a little bit, and Jinx just does a really good job at no, let's just get it back to fun. You don't have to do that.
Yeah. And she cuts puppies so much slack because there should be that element too. A stable, confident adult dog knows when they're playing with a puppy and they're going to give them a little bit of leeway, like, okay, I know you're testing stuff, but
Hmm.
not let it get out of hand.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, it's crazy. But if an adult dog were to do that to Jinx, they
no
would be
way.
really sorry that they
They'd be
made
on
that
the
choice.
floor.
It's
Yeah.
really crazy. It's amazing to watch a good communication between dogs.
Yeah. It is cool.
Yeah, I love that. Um, those breaks are so important because it literally is the dogs checking in with each other, like, are you still cool? Okay, I'm gonna do this, but it's just gonna be in
Yeah,
fun.
you
Like
want to keep
you
going? Yeah.
need to see
Yeah.
that. You need to see that. They're letting their playmate have an out if they need it. It's so respectful. And oh God, I'm sorry. That's like my favorite thing. When we see that, we always call that out. It's like, oh, good breaks, good breaks. And they can be quick, but it just gives them a second to make a decision about what to do next. If
Yeah.
they never break, the other one is like, and if they're both like that, that's the play that's can get dangerous really, really quick. And again, not because they're bad or
Yeah, not
aggressive
because
or
they're trying to
behaving
hurt each
someone
other,
else.
but they just can accidentally because of how intense the play is.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
I do have a video of an example of a play interaction where the dog that's kind of controlling the play isn't allowing for a break. Like there's no break.
Yeah.
If you guys want to see that, it's
Yeah, I
from my
think that'd be a
old,
good to see. Okay, so you just saw a play that took a lot of breaks. Now, what does it look like if there aren't any breaks? Because it can be very
yeah.
subtle. So I think that'd be good to
And this
show.
one you can really see how icky it is. And at the time, I didn't realize it because it was at my old daycare. But now looking at it and knowing what we know, you can definitely see it.
Oh yeah, this video is really hard to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so icky.
Trigger warning. It's really icky.
But we have seen dogs play like that, and the parents are just oblivious. They just think that's, oh, they just like to wrestle. Like that's wrestling is still should
Wrestling
be
isn't
mutual.
grabbing a dog's throat and
Mm-mm.
not letting them
No.
go
Yeah.
and not
Yeah.
letting
It's
No,
a
them
that
good
get up
point.
off the floor.
And this is a perfect example of what I mean, the last podcast we did about, I'm going to pause it because I don't want to keep watching it over and over again. Um, about daycares and the staff that's there. I mean, this is me standing there
And you just didn't
filming
know any better.
that.
Yeah.
And I didn't know. And now looking at it, knowing what I know, I'm like, oh my God, why did I let that go on so long? But
Yeah.
you just
and
you
again,
don't know.
sadly, it's another golden who is like, okay, okay. I
Sure.
mean, he's letting it happen because he's not
Hmm.
going to create a scene. But if you would have had, I don't know, a shepherd
Jinx.
or Jinx, no way. So it's
Yeah,
just
that would
best
have
to err
turned
on the side
really
of safety.
ugly.
Just really ugly. Really ugly.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
interesting. That's a good
Well,
one to keep in the library, though, because that is something you do see at dog parks and at daycares. People just don't, they're just not looking at it right.
Mm-mm.
They don't know.
if we want to have a little
Mm-mm.
palette cleanser video, I have a really good, it's another video of Jinx, but it's a really good example of another really nice play and something that maybe a lot of people would be like, I don't know about that, but it's Jinx, who's a big border collie playing with her best friend, Vita, who's a tiny
Oh,
little
I
Chihuahua.
love
Mm.
this video
And their
so much.
play is so nice, even though it's this big, kind of scary dog and this little dog. It's just such nice play just between the two of them. So we can just show that because that's just a nice little video to watch.
They were best friends.
And again, they're taking little breaks here and there before Vita goes back in for a little attack.
So cute.
They were so cute together. It was
Like, this is
ridiculous.
nice play.
They
Yeah,
would
and even though
wrestle like
Vita's
this.
like on top of her, it's not like controlling or anything. It's just like she's just like, I'm little and I want to be
Yeah, and
I want
Jinx
to be
is like,
sitting on you.
okay.
Yeah, and she got it. She totally got it. Like it was nothing about being dominant. It's like she needs
Mm-mm.
a step up because she can't reach my face. They would wrestle like that
Yeah,
on the bed for a half an hour. They were
hmm
so cute. It was
that is so
crazy. It was
cute.
crazy.
And again, they were taking breaks here and there. So yeah, even though Vita was on top of her, Vita was pulling back before she would go back. So there were like just nice, just nice.
That was a nice
Nice.
palate cleanser. Cute.
Shout out to Vita.
I I do have another one of the miniature schnauzer I was talking about, how you can kind of see how they play. Um and even watching the video back, I was kind of like, is he okay? But I mean, we can watch it and
Yeah.
I noticed something about this video too. I'll just call it out when I see it. It's so fun because you see it when it's happening, and then you watch the video back and you just see all this stuff that you missed
Yeah.
because it does just
hmm
go so fast, you know? It's crazy. Wish we could
Yeah.
videotape everything. I want to throw out there too. So if you see this kind of interaction and you're not liking it, whether it's your dog or someone else's dog who's too much for your dog, redirect, make it positive, naturally break it up. Don't punish, don't use aversives because if you're yelling at a dog, if it's yours and you're yelling them to knock it off or stop it or you drag them away, you're not teaching your dog how to play nice. You're teaching your dog how not to communicate to other dogs.
Mm-hmm.
You're just intervening and punishing and making the situation a lot worse.
Mm-hmm.
I see that a lot too. Just stop it. And then they
Yeah.
drag the dog away. Like they're not learning anything from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, those two are really interesting.
it is interesting because the doodle, she's a doodle, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's
Mhm.
um she's giving breaks, kind of,
Mm-hmm.
and but I don't know. In the miniature schnauzer, he is like bouncy at the start, and then it seems like somewhere in the middle, he's kind of like,
He
eh.
gets a bit fed up because she won't let
Yeah,
up.
She's
Yeah,
yeah,
it
too
does seem like she.
controlling.
What's that?
She's just too controlling. She's trying to control every single aspect of that play.
Yeah,
And I
and
think
she's
that's
just
starting to
like,
be too much for him.
yeah,
yeah,
she's just like
yeah,
constantly like, play with me, play with me, play with me, play with me. And he's like, oh my God.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which is funny because even like last night when I was watching this, I'm like, oh, that's cute. And then like
Hmm.
now watching it or like thinking about it and then watching it again, I'm like, actually, no, that wasn't really cute. I feel like
It
sometimes it's hard to
is
tell
hard
with
to
small
tell.
dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Um,
again,
Especially because the doodle, she is like a really good player. So I feel like maybe we just assume like, oh, but she's such a nice player. So like this is good play. But like for the dog she was with, it was too much.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
And again, it's not bad, but if you saw that, I would just be like, hey, let's take a break and
Yeah,
let
give
him
him
have
some
a few minutes.
space.
And then watch to see if they go back. Like the one that looks like they might need a break. Do they go back to that dog? If they
Yeah.
do, okay, then just keep watching and maybe they need help reinforcing breaks. But they might be like, thank God, I just wanted to get away and I
Help.
couldn't. I
yeah,
know.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like those are, I feel like we've given a wide variety of good examples of good play, bad play, what breaks look like, what no breaks look like. Um,
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah. And I want to add, and if this gravitates into another podcast, cool. But I would say if you're playing with your dog, same rules apply. Like I think you need to create that space. I think you need to match their energy. I think we do need to make a whole nother podcast about this because we can go into Amy Cook's playway and stuff.
Yeah, we can
Um,
go more into human and dog play next week.
yeah, just think about that when you're playing with your own dog. Space, opportunity to stop, learn what they're trying to say to you, match their energy. Um, I hadn't even really thought about it, but I was playing with my dogs yesterday. Jinx loves to play soccer, loves
Mhm.
it. She has this big soccer ball, and you kick it, and she bats it around and brings it back to you. And sometimes she'll move it towards you and sometimes she won't. And so I just started thinking about it yesterday. I'm like, yeah, she's letting me know, yeah, I want you to kick it again. Or right now, I just want to like have it in my space. And so she's got it. I'll like run around her and just kind of like tease her and just watch her. And she'll let you know, yep, you can take it now or not.
Mhm.
I would never like just try to force and take it from her mouth because I want to play with you. And it's just kind of, it's similar. It's just really similar how you're communicating and respecting your dog's wishes.
Yeah.
So be present to that too when playing with your dog.
Yeah. So that's a sneak peek at next week.
Yeah.
We'll get into all
stay
that good
tuned.
stuff.
Lots more video coming.
Yeah.
Oh, I have one more thing to add. a myth about dog play that I used to hear all the time at the dog parks, and I think it's probably still out there, is when people, if you talk about what play is going on, people like to say dogs will work it out or they'll sort it out themselves. An ethical trainer would never suggest that because they're not necessarily going to work it out. And eventually they might stop what they're doing. But if someone is being bullied or being traumatized or not feeling like they're being listened to, that can create all kinds of problems in that dog. And we have seen that. We have seen dogs that have had horrible experiences at daycares or dog parks. And then they're never the same around other dogs because they've really lost a lot of trust in dogs, in their person. You have to advocate. So if
We've
someone
even
says, "Oh,
seen
they'll
that.
work it out,"
We've even seen that with dogs who live together. One dog is
Hmm.
being traumatized because their play styles don't align.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So that's just something else to consider too. It can be really difficult, but just because you decide to have these dogs live in your house, they didn't choose to be roommates. It's like Big Brother. And
Yeah.
sometimes it's just not a good fit. And I'm not saying you have to get rid of one of them, but you really have to advocate for each one individually. What do they need?
Yeah.
And not let that happen, that bullying, that abuse. It's like
Yeah.
domestic abuse that you're
And they yeah,
allowing.
and they can't do anything about it. So you have to do it for them. I mean, they
No,
can do something about
Exactly.
it, but we don't want them to do something about it. So,
No, they shouldn't
yeah, and
have
again,
to. They're captive.
yeah, well, what are they gonna do? They can't like open up that door and like, see ya. That
yeah, they
lady down
can't
the
move
street is
out when they
way
turn
cooler.
18.
Yeah, so watch for those subtle signals that we talked about. Like if they're looking like they need an out, trying to get away, leaving, and then other dogs pursuing them, help them
Help
out.
them.
Help them out.
Help them.
Help them. Yeah,
So yeah. And I think if any of our clients or random people, if they have questions about play, like if their dog has a friend and they're not quite sure if their play is appropriate or whatnot, feel free to take a video and send it to us, and we can point out things like we did here to tell you that is good play. Oh, here's something you should watch out for. Like, we're always happy to give some advice and opinions if you're not quite sure what to look for, because it can be a lot to look for. Um,
absolutely.
so even like not even saying like, oh, we know better, but just multiple eyes are always better than one set of eyes. So if yeah,
It is a lot. And if you're ever in doubt, just just break it up. Just an easy like, oh, let's just take a break. That's never
yeah,
going to hurt anything. If you
yeah,
take a break, calm down and let them re-engage.
yeah,
Because we'll do that too. If we're not sure, is it really playful or is one of them starting to really get under the skin of the other one? It's just stop. Let's just go do something else and get back
yeah,
to it.
yeah.
Well, thanks for hanging out with us again. And if you liked this video, feel free to hit that follow button. We've got 18 followers. We could
We're
bump
trying to
it up
get to
to at least
20.
20. I feel like that's not a big ask. So follow us if you want, or leave a comment on, how you like the video, or if there's something that you have a question on or would like us to talk about next time. You can also find us in the meantime at Instagram, and what wdwacademy.dog. And yeah, until next time, stay kind and curious and do fun stuff with your dog. And Maren. And do fun stuff with Maren.
Find stuff with Mary.
Thanks, Jude.
If you're ever in the Glasgow area, he's your gal.
Yeah. All right. We will see you next week for more play.